humanitarian, warfighting, counter-terror. There's that and more in the work of Joint Helicopter Command. But they didn't always exist. (1999), the Kosovo Air Campaign. Glenn Hoddle sacked as England manager. And the launch of the Euro. It was also the start of something else.
They're being engaged by surface-to-air missiles, and there go the flares.
Aircraft and personnel from the Navy, the Army and Royal Air Force formed Joint Helicopter Command to bring into one organisation the British military's battlefield helicopters, aircraft that lift, find and attack.
It followed a period in the early 90s of the Army, the Navy and the Royal Air Force operating helicopters in the same operations in Bosnia and Northern Ireland, but under different command structures and with different rules and regulations, leaving the operational commanders to have to sort out the differences between them.
The command has Apaches, Gazelle, Merlins, Wildcat, Chinooks and Puma. These aircraft make all the difference to military commanders.
So I think the proof is in the pudding, really. We've been deployed on operations every year since then, around the globe. And I think we've brought the three services together. We've broken down some of those inevitable single service boundaries and frictions that exist.
So that's why there's a Joint Helicopter Command. And in the last 20 years, they've been on ops all over the world.
Wherever defence has been over the past 20 years, helicopters are almost inevitably part of that support, and whether it be supporting the special forces or through the years of Iraq and Afghanistan, where the JHC, it was a huge effort, especially the Afghanistan years, where much of the JHC was deployed, again from all three services, in support of operations there. But there have been a vast range of smaller operations over the years in Sierra Leone, Libya. I mean, the list is really endless.
But what are the aircraft and over 7,000 personnel of Joint Helicopter Command doing now? How and where do they train? How and where do they operate? Aircraft, like all machines, behave differently in extremes. Pilots need to learn to fly in terrain that they might need to fight in. So in 2019, Apaches were deployed to the Arctic for the first time to conduct cold weather training.
So this is the first time that any Army Air Corps pilots with Apache have been out here. The Army Air Corps operated out here for a long time before that. But we're looking to, at the moment, just develop a basic day and night capability, so night landings, day landings, then moving into mountains, and that's to come, and then we've got pairs operations, but it all forms part of our environmental training here in Norway.
The training is supported by the Commando Helicopter Force, who deploy to this freezing environment every year.
We now obviously support all the JHC assets, so last year we had Chinook. This year we will have obviously Wildcat, Apache, and then Merlin will come later on in the deployment.
Did you go in via Vero, or would you like to go straight for final Yankee 10?
The vast British Army training unit Suffield Battus, Britain's biggest training area. And the 5 Gazelles of 29 Squadron fulfil a vital role.
29 Fly started With the conception of BATUS, we provide red top safety, meaning that when the tanks are firing on the military training area, we'll sit above them at some height and ensure that they don't fire into each other's arcs, keep things safe.
We spend a lot of our time flying solo pilot around the prairie within red templates with guns firing, so as a pilot it can be quite a challenging and interesting job by day and night.
They are also, just in case, an emergency service.
You're looking at the training areas the size of all the training areas that the UK train on, all put together in one place. It's a massive military training area. We can get those a possible casualty off the area both day or night, launching within 30 minutes of being given the call, and arrive on the helicopter landing site on top of the hospital within 10 minutes of getting that casualty onto the aircraft. And indeed, we can get the doctor, we can give vital patient care on the way to that hospital.
The Gazelles have been specially modified here, so that actually allows a doctor to still work on a casualty in a very small aircraft. And again, it's a very old aircraft now. It's over 50 years old, so we do provide quite a vital role for the battle group.
In Kabul, RAF helicopters support the ongoing training mission. They're also on alert to deploy a NATO quick reaction force.
So we have 3 Puma Mark II helicopters here to facilitate 2 tasking lines every day, and 3 crews to facilitate that as well. Apart from that as well, we have a plethora of support staff, including engineers and all the J functions, as well as a platoon of force protection who keep us safe.
At sea, Joint Helicopter Command has Wildcats and Merlins on HMS Albion and RFA Argus. They're parts of the Baltic Protector deployments. Among their tasks, helo casting.
Generally going to fly down to about 20 feet to a hover over the sea and then start crawling forward quite slowly to allow the troops to jump out and make sure they don't all jump on top of each other. Mainly just making sure we've got good performance and we're able to get everyone out safely before flying away. It's just sort of quite routine for what we do. Part of 845's job, as well as being an amphibious assault helicopter, is that it also does the DSAR, the Defence Search and Rescue, on the Queen Elizabeth class. So as part of that, we often do low-level hovering over the sea, and it's a very similar routine to that.
Joint Helicopter Command's aircraft have to be ready to deploy anywhere, anytime. That takes a lot of training. In Lincolnshire, Pumas, Merlins and Chinooks are on exercise Hawk Owl. Aircrew are taking the next step, learning to instruct.
The Helicopter Tactics Instructors course is a Joint Helicopter Command product, and it's to deliver our aircrew the ability to learn advanced skill sets, but more importantly, learn to instruct them at the front line so that we can get all of our level of tactical knowledge implemented right the way across all of our forces so we can go and do our missions around the world.
With more than 300 people involved, Hawk Owl is one of the Command's largest annual exercises. The lessons learned here will be taken back to their squadrons. In Wiltshire, there's an opportunity to train and to help the community. This hillside horse needs 46 tonnes of chalk to brighten it up. For the military, it's an opportunity. The Chinook's triple hooks and heavy lift capability are ideal.
The big thing for the military and Joint Helicopter Command is the use of several different units. So as we mentioned, we've got a tactical support wing, we've got Commando Mayots, we've got JHSS. So we've got a mixture of different units, plus 18 Squadron are coming with a Chinook, a crew on there, plus myself, media. It's how we make all of the different units work together.
Before long, flooding in Lincolnshire and the collapsing Whaley Bridge Dam make it all too real. 20 years in Joint Helicopter Command are busy and all over the British military world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and to subscribe to our channel.